So last time, we had the party going through kind of celebrating the end of the tournament, the success that you had in the tournament. You wound up meeting the king for the first time, and she gave you a quest, essentially, to get into contact with the Dusk Roses. They recently had a new leader, and she's trying to figure out what exactly this new leader is all about, because as soon as this person took over, all of her spies, all of the king's spies, just kind of got murdered. So clearly, this new leader knows something more than the last one did, and is also a bit more ruthless, as murders and assassinations and assaults have stepped up since this person has taken over. You all agreed to do so, trying to figure out how exactly you were going to get into contact with the Roses. The options given to you were to maybe ask around, and in the hopes that someone from the Roses would contact you, and then the other option was commit small petty crimes, and maybe they would contact you to try to join them. You opted for the asking around bit and did a little bit of investigating. But before that could happen, you all also had a dream, even Raina, who does not dream, and were met by the Oracle, who appeared to each of you as a member of someone important from your past. So it might have been someone who was close to you, someone who is close to you currently, or just someone that you would consider a very important person to your character. They told each of you a little bit about who you are, what you're looking for, what the plan is, and they offered to answer one question for everybody as honestly as they could, provided you are capable of dealing with the ash fields, because that is something that is a problem for everybody. And then, waking up in the morning, you did a little investigating into the robberies that have been happening from the Dusk Roses, some of the assaults that have been happening. You found a couple of shops that had been broken into, some where the lock was picked, others where the door might have been broken in, others where like the entire front of the shop was smashed in and the shopkeeper was actually killed. And so you decided to do a little bit of investigating, wandered around, looked at what might have happened, asked questions of the shopkeepers, and then as you were attempting to get more information from the final shop, the one where the shopkeeper was killed, Favyon wandered off a little bit and wound up getting stabbed between some of the plates in his armor, and specifically heard the phrase, "You're getting too close." And that is right where we left off. So, with that being said, I think we have to have everyone roll for some initiatives so that Favyon doesn't just get shanked.
I would prefer Favyon not die at this current point.
I also would prefer that. Good.
16.
Okay. Oh, my pencil lid just broke on me. Okay, so what did everybody else get?
21.
21.
19.
Okay.
14. Hey, we saw double digits. That's
those are
nice.
all really good. Fun fact, everybody involved in this combat got in the double digits.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that, Zach. I think that's not nice.
But on the bright
Fun and
side,
spicy.
Favyon does get to go first, which is probably in his best interest. And then, Raina, what's your dexterity modifier?
+2.
Okay, you will lose the tie.
Yeah, I figured. I mean, I'm a giant middle lady.
Yeah. On the bright side, though.
I'm a little sneakier now.
Oh, yeah, because you switched into infiltrator mode?
Mm-hmm.
Sick. All right, so at the top of initiative, it is Favyon. So Favyon, you feel this dagger just like pierce in through a part of your armor, and it does a significant amount of damage. You get the sense that whoever did the stabbing pretty much knew like weak points on a humanoid's body. They seem to be very proficient in doing large amounts of damage with little weapons.
One.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
But because of the fact that they had to stab and then whisper into your ear, you do know exactly where they are. So if you like whip around to look at them, you see a humanoid. You can't quite tell what race they might be, because they're like covered in literally like assassin's robes. It's black robes all the way down. They've got a hood pulled up. They even have a mask across the face, so the only visible part of them are their eyes. And you know what? Make a quick perception check for me before we fully kick things off.
Oh, that was cocked. Oh, that's nat 20, baby.
Perfect. So you can see this figure's eyes. You can't quite tell what race they are just from the eyes. But you do notice that there is actually a small, what looks to be brand, like someone had branded them, and you see a rose literally like in like the teardrop location on their right eye.
Is it like the outside skin of their eye or like the white of their eye?
No, the outside skin. Like, you know how people will get like a teardrop tattooed right under their eyes? It's like that, but it's a rose specifically.
Is it just... Oh, well, I'm not there. Never mind.
You are not there. But with a natural 20, you can very clearly see that. And then you are at the top of initiative, so you've got this person looking directly at you that just stabbed you in the back.
Great. What would Favyon do? Probably something dumb.
Just talk to him, it's fine.
I'm gonna try to grapple him.
Great.
Okay. So then you'll have to make opposed athletics checks.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
How far is Favyon from us? Can we like see or hear what is happening?
You heard Favyon cry out. Because I feel like you get stabbed in the kidney, you're probably not just going to be like very quiet, just like, ooh, you're probably like yelling.
Not the ooh.
Not the ooh. Yeah, so I feel like Favyon got stabbed, and you probably also heard maybe the dagger sliding in between some of the bits of metal on his armor.
But we can't see each other.
You had like rounded a corner into an alleyway.
Okay.
So you're close. We could say people could probably make it there within a turn, but that means Favyon's going to have to deal with what's going on for at least a turn.
I got a 19.
On an athletics check. That is... This boy is not strong. He's very quick. That is a 16 for me.
Oh, let's go.
So you successfully have this person grappled. They can still take attacks, but the attacks are at disadvantage.
Okay, that's fine. I'm also going to cast Shield of Faith on myself, which is a bonus action.
Okay.
So that'll raise my AC up by 2.
What's that put you at? Like 19?
20.
20? Jesus Christ.
Noise.
Paladins, man.
I have some fucking AC.
All right. Well, next up, what's everybody's passive
I would
perception?
also yell out.
Okay.
Passive perception?
We're being attacked.
Okay.
You have really high
It's the-
passive
I'm
perception,
gonna
don't
yell
you?
out, it's the roses.
Okay. So you're yelling out that you're under attack, but you're not yelling out that it's the roses?
I am.
Oh, you are. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we'll say if you're yelling that out, we'll let everyone actually make a perception check. You don't have to rely on your passive, because you would immediately know something is up.
Perception? 16.
14.
Okay.
Uh, 13.
Okay. Raina, what'd you get?
I got a 16.
16?
I thought you said 19.
Perfect. Because I rolled a 17. So, the other group of you, let's see. Let's randomly decide who's gonna get stibbity stabbed over there.
Oh!
It's gonna be Ori. Before you rage,
Right.
of course.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's gonna hit. I'm double checking. It's +3. Does an 18 hit? Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta check, because for some of y'all, it doesn't. So you, Ori, unfortunately, are gonna take some damage. But it's almost like you have a metric fuck ton of health, so... you're gonna take 19 piercing damage as a dagger. You don't have armor for it to slide through. They can literally just like come up behind you and just like whoosh into your back. 19 piercing damage. And you're able to like see the figure as well. Raina and Eurydice, you would also notice this person because, you know, they just stabbed your friend. But they really look like they kind of just appeared out of nowhere. And they're dressed almost the exact same as the figure that's attacking Favyon. So they're dressed all in black. They have a hood up. They have a mask covering the lower half of their face. And then... Well, I guess we'll have everybody make another perception check, too, to see if you also notice anything about the face.
7. Raina doesn't know shit.
Raina doesn't.
13.
13?
I don't know shit either.
I think that's an 11 for me.
No.
Yeah, it's an 11.
Yeah, it's pretty dark. None of you notice anything special about this person. But it is going to use a sneak attack. It is going to use a bonus action to disengage from Ori. And it's going to start running away. You notice that the figure doesn't, like, run as if they're trying to escape, but it moves further down an alleyway and then sets itself up to possibly defend itself from an attack. So it is actively not trying to escape.
Cool.
Raina, it's your turn.
We did not hear Favyon, did we?
Oh, you did,
We did. Oh, we did. Okay.
right? You
Not
shouted.
since this last attack. I am very low. I am not well.
No, I said we didn't hear.
Oh, here. I thought you said heal. Sorry.
All right.
No, you did hear Favyon.
We did.
Yeah, because he's not that far away. He's maybe like 45 feet away from you guys.
Oh, I can get
Him
there.
yelling would very easily be heard.
You said he's about 40 feet from us?
45. It's like
Cool.
out around down another alley.
It's like just enough to be outside one turn's worth of movement.
That is correct.
This is not true.
Not
though.
for me, bitch!
Not for the rogue that has a cunning action dash.
Oh, that's not what I'm gonna do. Don't worry about it, I'm coming to you.
Okay. I'm gonna look at Eurydice, and kind of like I would know, right? Like that she's a rogue, that she could probably like skedaddle over to Favyon, right?
That's up to you.
Yeah? You've also seen me teleport before, but you don't know anything about
Okay.
that.
Gotcha.
Like, you don't know any details about how I did that.
Gotcha. I look at you, Eurydice, and I said, "Can you run to Favyon? I'm going to look after this one." To kind of like
Good
look
deal.
over at Ori. I'm gonna go closer to that alley. I'm not gonna go down the alley.
Okay.
I feel like that smells like a trap.
Have I ever
and
led you
I'm
into a
going-
trap before?
Oh, yeah, so many times actually. I'm gonna use my lightning launcher.
Sick.
Essentially, a gem-like node appears on my armor. It counts as a simple ranged weapon with a normal range of 90 feet and a long range of 300. And it deals 1d6 lightning damage on a hit, and then once each turn, if I hit a creature with it, I can deal an extra 1d6.
Sick.
Yeah. So, I don't know what I add to it, though.
I think it is classified as it's probably not a melee weapon. It's probably a ranged weapon.
Yeah, it's a simple ranged weapon.
Okay, so then you would add, if it's a ranged weapon, you add your dexterity modifier. But I don't know if you as an artificer, I know at some point you get to add your intelligence to that stuff. I don't know if we're there yet.
I think... Hold on. I'm not sure either, actually. Right now, can I add my, proficiency? Because I would think I'm proficient.
Presumably, yes.
Yeah, okay. Cool, so does a 21 hit?
No. Yes, it does.
God. Alright, so that is... I'm going to hit it with both d6s of lightning damage. That'll be 7 lightning damage.
7, okay.
It's something.
Yeah. 7 is good.
Yeah, and then I will bonus action Expeditious Retreat, so that if I need to run somewhere next turn, I can quickly.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Eurydice.
Alright, I am going to run 15 feet closer to Favyon.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast Phase Step and teleport directly behind the person attacking him.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
And then I'm going to cast Unsettling Presence.
Are they both actions, bonus actions?
It doesn't say. Oh, as an action.
Okay.
So never mind. This is a bonus action.
Oh, then yeah,
This
you
is
can
an
do
action?
both. Yeah,
But then I can't attack, right?
that is accurate.
Nah. I'll just do the Face Step and then stab into them with my rapier.
You got it, man.
And because they're already engaged, I get sneak attack.
That is correct. You also get advantage because you came in behind them and are flanking them with Favyon. Oh wait, you get advantage. You get advantage just because they're grappled.
Yeah.
So then that would be a dirty 20.
That will hit.
Okay, hold on. Let me get my...
So Favyon's just like hugging this person, and you just literally teleport in and stab them with a rapier. Poor Favyon, trying to resolve things peacefully.
No. That is 13 damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell the person I would stop if I were you.
Okay. You want to make an intimidation check for me?
Yes, please. I am very intimidating.
I believe you.
Never mind that one. It's a 6.
You scrub. Okay. So that's your turn?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
all I can do. Well, I'm going to use my... No, I already used my bonus action. Never
You
mind.
did. Alright. Ori, it's up to you. You got stabbed. You
Right.
bleeding.
I was to say, can you guess what I'm gonna do? Oh, hang on. Hold on. We have a cat who has entered the dome. Hi. Get out.
Another cat has entered the dome.
Has entered the dome. This is what I get for not fully closing my door. Rosie likes to push into places, especially my bathroom,
Phenomenal.
which is fun. I know, it's great getting visited in the bathroom. Anyway, I'm gonna rage, because,
Shocker.
you know.
Yeah.
What? Totally didn't see that coming. And then the person who attacked me, are they too far away for me to move up to them?
No, you could move up to him. Especially because I
No?
think you
Okay.
have additional movement.
Do I?
I think so. Even still, they're only
No?
like 20 feet away because they had to move up to you.
Whatever.
and then-
Either way, I'm going up, and I'm gonna.
Well, what's your magic? Your wild magic?
Oh crap! I gotta roll that. Yeah, you're right. Hold on. Where are my notes? The D8, right? Question mark.
Should be.
Yes. Well. Oh hell yeah! We haven't had this one yet. I get a friend.
You get a friend.
Oh
An
no.
intangible spirit, which looks like a flump or a pixie, your choice, appears
Ooh.
within 5 feet of one creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet. Oh, yes. Okay. I can use the effect on each of my turns as a bonus action. Cool. So yeah, I'm gonna say that it's gonna be a flump because that's fun.
Okay.
Because why not? And it's gonna show up. Oh, hold on. Is Raina within 5 feet of the, person? Yes?
I think she's within 10. I think she tried
Okay.
to stay direct, like just out of reach.
Okay, cool. Because, the creature explodes at the end of the turn.
Phenomenal. I'm glad I stayed away.
Yeah, at the end it explodes and each creature within 5 feet must succeed on a saving throw.
Sick.
So yeah, that's gonna be fun and exciting. But I think first, probably, I'm gonna run up there and attack, the person.
You can do so.
And I think, yeah, I think we're gonna do reckless, because why not?
Hell yeah.
Because we're feeling reckless.
We love reckless attacks in this household.
I think, God, it was a reckless attack. That's a 22.
That will in fact hit.
Cool.
I like how everybody's rolled high enough that I haven't actually had to check their armor class. Because like it starts with a 20, you're good. It hits.
Where am I? There we are. 2D. 8 plus 3 is 11 plus 2 is 13? Yeah.
Okay.
And then the creature explodes at the end of my turn. And they must succeed on a dex saving throw or take force damage.
Okay. So, Raina would see this, like, ghostly flump creature appear next to the assassin and then just
Yeah.
explode.
Yeah.
Fun
Sick.
and spicy.
Do they take half damage on a fail? Or on a success, rather? Or is it just all or nothing?
It just says each creature must succeed on a dex or take 1d6 force damage. But that's from my notes. Let me see what
Okay.
it
Well,
actually is.
either way, this person's going to pass. They got a 24 on their dex save, and they do have evasion, so they're going to take
Okay,
they're
yeah.
going to take no damage, regardless.
Yeah, it does- whether or not. So yeah.
I
Okay.
hate other
Well-
rogues.
Rogues are some of my favorites, man.
I should be the only rogue.
I love rogues.
I'm the only rogue in the world. Okay.
That is gonna. Is that your turn then?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's.
That is gonna make it the assassin that is currently being hugged by Favyon. It's gonna make it their turn. They're gonna attempt to stab Favyon, I think,
Sure.
since we failed on the intimidation.
I tried. Okay.
Oh, that is not gonna hit. That is a 7. So, you see, you're like squeezing this person, and they're like trying to get their arms free so they can stab into you, but they can't get a good enough angle, so their dagger just kind of keeps sliding off of your armor. I think that's all it can do, because it technically would have to use an action to try to break out, and I think it understands it is not going to be breaking out.
Wow, I love being a strong boy.
this person's not strong at all. All right, sure. That it makes it Favyon's turn again.
Okay. I think Emissary of Peace is a fully fledged action, but let me check.
Maybe. Trying to maintain some peace.
Yeah, even though violence has already been struck. Okay.
I appreciate that we're trying to solve things through non-violence, though. That's fun and spicy. A nice change
As a bonus
from...
action, Pog, let's go. Okay, so bonus action, I'm gonna cast Emissary of Peace.
Okay.
So my charisma gets an extra +5. And then let me do this in the right order. I'm gonna heal myself first.
Okay. Okay.
Gonna lay on hands myself. Get back up to my max.
Makes sense. Favyon over here just laying hands on himself.
Well, I feel like I'm hugging myself already with how I'm trying to keep him. So, great. And then with Emissary of Peace, I'm just gonna say, "Hey, man, chill. We're not here to fight. We're looking for you. Gotta talk. Let's talk instead of fight. Fight maybe later."
Okay, make a persuasion check. We're gonna, unfortunately, have you make it with disadvantage, but I don't think it's gonna matter much.
No, it didn't. I rolled a 14 and a 13, so that is a 23.
Sounds good. I'll roll for this person, but yeah, all right. You see, as you're saying this, the figure kind of like stops struggling for a minute. They're not able to respond yet because it's not quite their turn.
Yeah.
But you see them stop struggling.
But I will say, like, "Hey, man, when you say we're good, I'll put you down. But I gotta know that we're good."
Okay. And Eurydice would also see this.
Yes.
Raina.
Okay, where is Ori in relation to the person that attacked her?
She is right next to him.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll run up. I'm gonna flank.
Okay, you can do so.
They look fine, right? They're not like super injured.
Yeah, they seem fine for the most part.
Perfect. So green flame blade. I'm gonna whack his bonkus.
You do so.
Actually, no. I don't need to green flame because that's only someone else, right? Like it. Check. Because I know it can like jump to someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
there is
I'll
not
just
a someone
normal
else. Okay.
whack his bonkus.
Okay.
14.
14 misses.
Damn it.
Just misses.
Cool. That's fine. That's all I got.
Okay. Did you want to move away, or are you going to stay there?
I'll stay there just because I know, like, if I'm on one side, she's on the other.
Okay.
Kind of a little bit better for us.
Sounds good. Well, that will make it the assassin's turn. They are going to stab somebody. It's probably Ori. Because I feel like you've done the most damage to them. They are the most concerned about you. But they do get advantage because you did Reckless. That is a 17 to hit.
Well, that hits.
Huzzah! And you know what the best part about having advantage is? It gives sneak attack. So that is 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 piercing damage, halved since you're raging, down to 10.
Okay. Cool.
How you, you looking okay?
Can I do as a reaction silvery barbs?
You could.
Yeah, I'll do that, please.
What does that do for you?
So you magically distract the triggering creature and turn its momentary uncertainty into permanent for another creature. The triggering creature must re-roll the d20 and use the lower roll.
Okay.
And then I can choose a different creature and that I can see. The chosen creature has advantage on the next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw it makes within a minute.
Okay. Okay. So I will re-roll the dices. That will change the attack to a 5, which I'm assuming misses. So you will take none of that damage, Ori. Congratulations.
And now you have advantage on your next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw.
There you go.
I help.
You did help. I feel like as this assassin goes to stab in, and you... What does your silvery barbs look like when you cast it?
I feel like, for a moment, there's like maybe like a swirl of like silvery energy that just kind of goes around their eyes for a second. Like maybe that's why like they don't properly see Ori. She looks a little fuzzy for a second.
Okay. So their eyes kind of glaze over a little bit, and they try to stab in. And Ori's able to just very easily dodge out of the way. In that moment, you hear the assassin just go, "Ah, shit." And it's a very, like, deep voice. And they're going to bonus action disengage, and they are going to continue running down the alley. Because they have decided they don't want any more of this.
Please, we just want to talk.
We just want to talk as someone's slamming a sword into them.
What the heck?
Eurydice, it is your turn. So you have seen the figure stop struggling. Favyon has attempted to calm them.
I am... Does the person have to pass... Oh, well, this would be metagaming, so never mind. This time I'm going to cast Unsettling Presence.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
So they get disadvantage on their next saving throw
Sounds good.
that they make in the next minute. So during this combat, basically.
Okay.
And then I'm going to try and intimidate them again.
Sure. How are you intimidating them?
I'm going to take my rapier and just, like, push it against their throat, but not, like maybe, like, a drip of blood will come down. And
Okay.
I'll be like,
Just enough to hurt, but not enough to kill.
yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Stop struggling, just answer the questions we have.
Okay. Make an intimidation check. I'll tell you what, we'll let you make it with advantage because of the fact that Favyon succeeded on his
Okay, so then that was a 30. It's an 18.
18. Okay. All right. You still can't respond until their next turn.
That's fine.
Ori.
Did the assassin who was with us, did it look like they were running towards where Favyon and Eurydice were, or are they running the opposite direction?
They are running in the opposite direction. So they, excuse me, they are cutting down another alleyway. You can make, let's say, survival check to see if you can figure out like which direction they may be heading.
Sure, why not? Well, that's a nat 20 for some reason.
For some reason.
Sure.
For some reason.
You, as they start running away, you notice that they seem to be heading in the direction of that sewer that you were all looking in earlier. They are like fully running at this point. Because last time they stopped and turned around to defend themselves, they did not do that this time.
I think Ori is going to run after them and try and tackle them.
Sure.
Because that's fun.
That is fun and spicy.
Yeah.
So, if you're doing that, then you would make a grapple check, which would be opposed strength checks, which I'm pretty sure you have advantage on because you are raging. Yes.
Plus, well, and I suppose it doesn't matter because I think have advantage because of silvery barbs, but
yes,
they don't really matter.
It's not going to end well for this assassin.
So strength saving, you said?
No, just a straight strength check.
I think that means Ori should be able to roll 3 times and kick the head.
I'm sorry. No, athletics check.
Athletics.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Check.
I knew what I was trying to say. I just didn't know what to say.
That is again a 23.
Oh wow! I got a 6.
Nice.
So you see this Air Genasi woman just like sprint down an alley, grab someone dressed all in black, and I feel like you kind of stick out a little bit because like your skin's very bright. So it almost looks like you're grabbing at shadows, and you just like tackle and hit the ground holding this person, and they are like struggling against you, but you do have them successfully grappled.
Cool.
Now shank them.
I was to say, I think Ori would be like, I don't think so. We gotta talk, sort of a thing. Like, her intention is to like grab them and then drag them back to the rest of the group.
Okay.
To kind of like keep them from, I don't know. I think she's a little worried that they're like running off to inform more people to come and grab them, and like that's not what.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
That's your turn then?
I don't think there's anything else I can do unless I can like pick them up and start like moving back towards. I think that's gonna have to be a next turn.
Yeah, that would have to be a next turn thing. You would have had to use pretty much your entire movement to get to him.
Okay, sounds good.
That will make it assassin number 1's turn, the one that Favyon is currently hugging.
Yeah.
He is no longer struggling, and you just hear the like, "Why are you looking for us?" And I think for the sake of this, I don't think either of them have the strength to break out of your grapples. So if we want to suspend initiative, so that way you can have a conversation with your captives, we can.
Sure.
Okay.
Sounds good.
And you can meet up if you would like to as well. Both of you just like holding on to one of these assassins.
Yeah, I'll walk towards the building that everyone was in now. I think we have good reason to be in there.
Okay.
I feel like as Ori like pulls this assassin past Raina, she's just very like quietly and sort of getting out of him. like she was like it's like a prize.
We can tie him up with the magic rope, put a little bow on him. Fun and spicy.
But again, the first assassin is just, why were you trying to find us?
We need to talk.
Typically, people do not want to talk to the roses.
Well, you don't make a very good first impression, I'll give you that. We need to talk to you later.
Your first impression is pretty impressive, I'm not going to lie. That blade's taken down a lot of people.
I'm hardy.
Keep that in mind for the future.
Eats all the eggs.
What?
He's strong. You eat all the eggs.
She's complimenting my protein intake.
Yes.
Sure.
Maybe if you ate some more eggs, you wouldn't be so scrawny.
This is true. You're quite small. No meat on the bones.
fuck is wrong with you people?
So much, but let's avoid that conversation and get back to why we're trying to find you. We need to speak with your leader.
You see both of their like eyes just kind of like narrow a little bit. Nobody would let you speak to the leader. That's not exactly something that.
Can I just say please and try to roll for it?
You know what? Yeah, fuck it. Do
No
your
one's
thing.
ever said please before, of course.
Can before
30-20.
wait before Favyon even does that, can Eurydice like flare her blue a little bit and just like at them
To
and
give
intimidate them to give
a little advantage.
yeah.
Sure.
Can I roll
Oh,
intimidation
great.
and then like, or should
Uh,
Favyon get?
I will let you decide. You can either roll or you can give Favyon advantage.
I'll just roll.
Okay.
Let's see how effective
I
this
feel
is.
like it would.
I
Okay.
feel like that is the wrong choice.
Do you want advantage? You can have
Yes.
advantage. Never mind. You know what? You can have advantage. You're right. It is the wrong choice.
You rolled pretty well though.
I did roll pretty well. I got a 22. So I don't know.
I rolled a 29.
Okay, they're intimidated and scared.
Jesus.
We're very convincing.
Jesus. Yeah, because Favyon gave himself an extra +5 to charisma.
Yeah.
You say please.
Please.
At the same time as this woman with a blue fire skull behind you just like scowls and like the flames light up, and you hear the first one that stabbed you just kind of go, you are being quite nice. You can definitely hear their voice like starting to shake a little bit. Very good cop, bad cop routine seems to be working.
The definition of idiot.
And he's just like, I can't set you up a meeting with the with our leader, but I know someone who can. I've actually never met them. I don't know who they are. I just do what I'm told.
Then how can you set up a meeting if you don't know who they are?
I can set up a meeting with someone who can set up a meeting.
Seems
And who's that
unnecessarily
first
convoluted.
person?
Hang on, two people talk at once. What?
Who's the first person?
It's a member of the Roses, one of the higher ranking members. I don't know their real name. I know their name that we use.
So we have to go through bureaucratic red tape to kind of.
It's not bureaucratic by any means. It's just the actual leader of the Roses has a lot of people who want them dead.
Gee, I wonder why.
Manners. Civil conversation here, please. Yes, we understand that could be the case. Take us to this first person so that we may meet him. Or her. And we can figure it out from there. We don't have any intent to harm.
The second assassin kind of speaks up. Why do you want to meet with the leader?
Because we have a meeting we would like to set up as well. That goes above both your head and mine.
Make one last persuasion check for me.
It's a good explanation.
Thank you. That's a natural 20,
Jesus.
so 30.
So 30. You're level 4 and you're rolling a goddamn 30.
Let's go.
All right. You see, they both kind of like. Well, I suppose if it means we don't get beheaded, we can take you to the Bloom.
What was that name?
The Bloom.
Got it. That's what I thought.
It's like the bloomin' onion.
An Outback Steakhouse.
This is just an Outback Steakhouse in the sewers.
Y'all still got the unlimited bread? I love that shit.
So are we going now? Like, what is... Are they planning on taking us right now?
we can go now if you'd like. Yes.
Is that...
Can I do an insight check to make sure they're not gonna just sprint away?
That's a
Sure.
good call.
That's a 16.
We could put leashes
19.
on them. Like toddlers.
I don't think that would be a good look.
It's nicer than full-on tying them up.
That was a 19.
Okay. No, they seem genuinely afraid for their lives.
Red.
Because you get the sense that both of them didn't expect Ori or Favyon to survive that first dagger attack. And then you both just kept fighting.
I didn't fight. I hug.
Well, same thing.
Just real strong.
Kill them with kindness, why don't you?
Yeah. So do you let them go?
Before I let them go, I will say, but I'm putting my trust in you. You saw how this first round ended up. Let's not have another, please. And then I will put him down.
Okay. Are you holding on to yours, Ori?
We need at least one to lead the way.
I was gonna say, I feel like Ori is confident enough after the last time that she could grab him again if something happens. So she's just gonna like stand close, but not like we're not bear hugging anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, we can flank him.
Sure. But they'll start walking very nervously. Like, they keep glancing at each of you. But they do start walking toward the sewer entrance that you all entered earlier. And they keep leading you. You go down the ladder. And you get to that point with the invisible bridge. And one of them just like, there's a bridge here. You can walk on it. And they kind of like step out onto the bridge itself and lead you across.
We know about the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
You see one of them just like, of course you do. And they will go through, and they get to the other side, and there's like the little square that you guys were trying to figure out earlier. And you watch as they both mutter under their breath like a little incantation. And you watch the little roses that are tattooed on their faces glow very briefly.
Oh. I was gonna say, can I hear what incantation they said?
Sure.
Oh, don't I know the password?
Yeah. Raina knew the password.
Oh, I forgot about that.
You just didn't have the object needed to enter.
Yeah.
Which was, I'm assuming, the tattoos.
That is it.
Ooh, love a magical tattoo.
We love good magical tattoos.
Seems a little bit obvious
Really do.
they're on their faces.
They're very easily hidden.
Interesting.
Lots of concealer.
Pretty much.
I'm just gonna start chatting these guys up as we walk.
Sure.
How long you been in town? What's your name? What do you do? How long have you been in the organization?
You can see they are very much not forthcoming with most of that information. A lot of their answers are very vague. So it's like, how long have you been in town? You get like, a while. Like, what do you do? Whatever I can. What's your name? And you're like, it's not important.
I'm just saying, like, they're murderers. They're already rude, so I don't see why I can't be rude to them. As a dead person, I know how rude murder is.
I'm gonna call one of them. I'm gonna call them Lily and Lavender then.
Okay.
I love it.
You see the one with the super deep voice, just kind of like,
That's Lavender.
that's Lavender. Okay, you hear it's uncomfortably close to the truth.
So if you're part of the Roses, do you guys all have flower-themed names? Is that...
Not all of us. Those higher up do. Our leader is the Thorn, the Dusk Thorn.
So who is this Bloom?
Oh, the Bloom's not a person. The Bloom's a place.
It's like the flagon
okay.
or whatever. What is it called in
Yes.
Skyrim?
It's 100%.
Flagon.
The ragged flagon.
There we go. Thank you.
But you
It's just the Thieves Guild.
don't ask questions. So you continue walking. And you get down as they mutter this incantation, and like the stone, a little square like lights up, and you watch as the stone actually like falls and settles into a staircase that leads down underneath, and you can all go down there, and you see it leads down to like a small stone hallway, and eventually you see lights at the end of it, and you come into what literally looks like Lena has already mentioned. If you've ever played Skyrim and gone to the Thieves Guild, there's like a tavern underground, basically. And it's very similar to what this is. Because you go and you see a lot of people just kind of wandering around. There is a bar set up in the corner. There's quite a few tables. It literally just looks like almost a common area for members of the Dusk Roses.
I'll send them a picture.
And they lead you in, and there's like a little guard up by the door. It's a dwarven man, just kind of dressed in very nice leathers. And he's just, I see you're back, and you brought some friends with you? And the two are just like, they have an interest in our organization. And they're like, well, you'd better take them up to Zephyr. He'll want to talk to him.
That's not a flower-themed name.
No.
How do you spell Zephyr?
Just like you normally would. Zephyr.
Fun fact, that was almost my character's name.
Oh,
Heck yeah.
That was on the short list.
fun and spicy.
Yeah.
And the two assassins are like, "Hi, that was the plan. That's where we'll take them." And the guard's just like, well, meet with Zephyr, and once you're done, if they allow you to stay, the bloom is open to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And he like settles back into like a little chair that he's been sitting at just to watch the door. And as you come through the little opening, you watch as he just like hits a button on the wall, and you hear the steps, like the stone steps that went down, just like go back up and seal off the exit. And then the assassins will lead you through this crowd of people, and there's quite a few people in here. There's probably a few dozen people, and it's people of varying shapes, sizes, races, genders. Pretty much every thing that you can think of is probably represented in some way. A lot of people, though, are dressed in either leather armor. Some of them, like your two assassin friends, have like the black cloaks. There's a few who have them on, but the hoods and the masks are down. There's people sitting at the bar, there's people drinking, there's people just kind of having conversation. It seems, for all intents and purposes, to almost be just a normal tavern. But you would all be well aware that everyone in here is a criminal of some sort.
Do we recognize any of the people in here at all? Like, presumably not, but...
You can make a perception check if you would like.
Oh, yeah. 15.
15 too.
Okay.
Ooh. This is perception?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
22.
I got a 21. Oh, wait, no. That's also a 22.
21 and a 22.
Ah, funny.
So there are. Let me see if I can find it. You do recognize some people in here.
Ooh.
You recognize 5 people in particular as one of the adventuring parties that competed in the tournament.
It's the bards.
It's not the bards.
Oh.
No, it's the group that called themselves the Knight's End.
Oh, that makes sense.
So there's an elf woman, half elf man, half orc woman, an Aasimar man, and a green dragonborn woman. If you want their names, I can give you their names, but you do.
Were they in the final? They weren't in the final arena thing, were they?
No, they were the last ones eliminated.
Okay.
So they came in 5th place. But yeah, the Knight's End. You see them all sitting around a table drinking, just kind of like having a good time.
As we pass by, do they notice us?
I don't know. Let's find out. Yes.
Just like nod at them, but keep going.
Give a little wave.
You see the Aasimar look, kind of like be the first one to glance at you and almost like do a double take. It's like, and you see a nod of just respect.
Interesting.
Your assassin friends will continue to lead the way. They eventually go in this little tavern area. There's several doors off to the side, and you see them go up to one of the doors in particular and just knock on it. And you hear a male voice that's a little bit less gruff than some of the other male voices you've heard in here, and just, yes, you can come in. And they'll open the door and walk in to see someone who's currently literally like in the middle of sharpening a dagger with a whetstone, sitting on a stool. And you see a air Genasi man named Zephyr. And he's just like sharpening this dagger as you come in. He's like, oh. He kind of looks at each of you in turn and then looks at the 2 assassins. I see you were unsuccessful. And
They tried. They put up a great fight. They got me really good. I didn't know how I was going to pull through. Must have been the adrenaline. Nothing they could have done about that.
You see this man kind of like looks you up and down, notices probably there's some blood coming out of some spots on your armor, and it's just interesting. Well, why don't the 2 of you go get a drink? I'll talk to our new friends here.
I'll turn around and say thank you to them both.
You see, they are very confused by the fact that you're being so nice to them. And they leave, and you watch them shut the door. And just as the door is closing, you hear, what the fuck was that? And then the door fully closes.
My pacifist run is causing so much confusion.
People are not used to it. And Zephyr gestures to some seats that are scattered around the room and just, please. I assume if you're here, that means you're not looking for violence.
Not at all. I'll take a seat, like, right in front of him.
Sure. He continues sharpening the dagger right in front of you. He doesn't stop. So, I appreciate you leaving my men alive. They're good at what they do, but apparently not good enough, it seems.
They're great at what they do. They put up a great fight, like I said before.
If they were great at what they do, you wouldn't be here.
Well, they're not as strong as I am.
Noted.
We need to set up a meeting with the Dusk Thorn. And we hear that you are at least the man to get that process started.
So, can I have everyone make an insight check for me?
23.
7.
Sorry, Raina and Favyon, you said it at the same time. What'd you say?
13.
13?
And 23.
23, okay. I knew I heard a 3 in there. I just wasn't sure if it was a high 3 or a low 3. And then Ori, what'd
I'm
you
an
say?
8.
8. So, Raina, you'd be the only one to notice this. When Favyon says we're looking to set up a meeting with the Dusk Thorn, very briefly you notice Zephyr sharpening his dagger kind of slips a little bit. Like when you say Dusk Thorn, he noticeably has a physical reaction, but it's very, very brief.
I feel like as Raina goes to sit down, like she'll sit down next to kind of with Favyon and like kind of look like unintentionally, but it is actually intentional, like give a little nudge, like she's settling in, but like nudges Favyon a little bit to kind of just alert him to that.
Okay. But Zephyr will continue. I can set up a meeting with the Thorn. When would you be looking to speak to her?
Her?
It's the first time you've gotten a pronoun for this person.
As soon as possible.
We love powerful women.
Girl boss, gatekeep.
Gatekeep, girl boss,
Whatever the third one is.
gaslight.
Gaslight.
That's like
Did the king say when to meet, or just set up a meeting?
Set up a meeting.
Okay. Sooner than later.
And why would you like to speak to her?
It's not me who wants to speak to her. It is much, much higher up than myself.
Well, if that's the case, then she is the one who will have to approve that, not me. I can get
Understood.
you to speak with her, but if she chooses to speak with anyone else, that is up to her.
Of course. We will just need to report if the invitation has been declined.
Well, unless you plan to give me more details, there's not much I can do to help you. Or are you looking to only give the details to the Thorn?
Well, it's not like the guard showed up here to ask for a meeting. And I think discretion would be best.
You see, he sets the dagger and the whetstone down and, like, pulls out a little, like, pocket book, essentially, out of his pocket and flips through it. She is finishing up a meeting now. I could buy you 5 minutes.
Done.
Once you are finished with your discussion with her, if you're looking for any work, let me know. Clearly, you're capable of holding your own.
And holding yours as well. We appreciate your help.
I wouldn't thank me.
damn Favyon 8 with that line. Favyon 8.
But he's just, I wouldn't thank me yet. You may not walk out of this meeting with the Thorn. Depends on what she sees in you.
Understood. Any wise words of wisdom before we go talk with her?
Don't piss her off. Other
Noted.
than that, no. But he like rips a little page out of the pocketbook that he's got and slides it over to you. And it looks like it's just literally a signature from him giving you passage to speak to the Thorn. When you leave here, she's the first door to your right.
How will we know when to go in?
When the next group comes out. Well,
If
they come out.
noted.
And he picks the dagger back up, continues sharpening.
What does the dagger look like?
It's very nice. Like it's a curved blade. It's got a couple of gems set into the hilt, but it looks, even despite the what's the word I'm looking for? Despite the the fanciness of it, it does look very well used.
Interesting.
So what y'all want to do?
I guess we go wait, yeah?
Yeah. Thank you for your time.
Of course.
Is there anything? What does this room look like before we leave? Want to give it like the once over?
It looks very much like an office. You don't 100% know this person's job within the organization, but it looks like there's quite a few ledgers and books and different things of that sort on tables and on shelves, and there's a desk. So you can kind of get the sense that they might be almost like, for all intents and purposes, like a bookkeeper. Like they're keeping track of everything the organization is doing.
Bookkeeper and administrative assistant.
Exactly. So, alright. You guys go back out into the bloom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, walking back out, you as you exit, you see one of the members of the Knight's End come over to you. It's the half-orc woman. And I guess she would have been introduced at some point, so you would know her name is Senesha. But she would come over and just, saw you come downstairs. Don't know if I ever got the chance to congratulate you on your victory in the tournament. So congratulations.
Your group did a good job.
Yeah, almost made it, but maybe next year.
Yeah, always can try again. Sometimes it's be.
I won't lie, I didn't have all of you flagged as being interested in the roses.
When you say that?
30 seconds.
This is the half-orc woman from the Knight's End. She came up to congratulate you on your victories.
Said she she didn't peg us, or most of us. I'm guessing everyone but Eurydice.
Yeah.
She didn't have her pegged to be interested.
I'll ask her straight up. Well, which ones of us didn't you think would be interested?
She like points to Eurydice and everyone except for the walking skull over there.
She actually like do frolic in fields, so
Yeah, looks can be deceiving. That is quite.
I haven't frolicked in a field in years.
There's not a lot of fields to be
Ashfield.
found around here.
Exactly.
We did frolic in the ash fields.
I don't know if you could
That's
call
not
that
frolicking.
I was joking. Oh.
It makes sense why your group is called the Knight's End. I don't know why I didn't put it together.
People aren't meant to.
I didn't figure the Roses would have a representative at the games.
You see, she smiles a little. The Roses have a representative in everything.
I'm sure they do.
Does make sense.
But I won't keep you for too long. Like I said, just wanted to congratulate you. And if you need any help with anything while you're down here, just let us know.
We appreciate you.
Of course. And she'll go back. She'll swing by, like, the bar on her way back to the table, grab drinks for her party, and go back to their table. And then right about that time, you see the only door in this place that has a guard, other than, like, the front entrance, is the one that Zephyr just told you about. And there is a huge, like, full orc man just, like, standing out front of the door. And, like, a massive club on his back.
The honkus bonkus.
Just, anything I can help you with?
And I'll just give him the piece of paper.
He takes it. His hand's, like, significantly larger than yours. Alright. And he, like, hits the door with his elbow. And you watch as it, like, creaks open slightly. He's like, room's empty. You're good.
Okay. Head in?
None of you saw anybody else come out of this room.
Oh, they're dead.
Yeah.
then.
To be fair, we never saw anyone go into the room either.
That is true.
So. Alright,
Let's
describe
go.
the path we see once we step into this
Yeah,
room.
so you walk into this room. It is very nicely decorated. You see, like, tapestries and paintings. They're all relatively dark, if that makes sense. Not in terms of color, but in terms of theme. So they might depict wars. Some of them might depict, like, you know, like the famous Renaissance paintings that always have someone, like, lying dead in someone else's arms.
Yeah.
A lot of those.
Great interior decorating.
There are several, like, sconces with torches lining the walls. You see a chest in the corner that looks to be slightly ajar. Something in it, probably a little too big for the chest. You see a very nice rug, like an ornamental rug on the floor, and a very nice wooden chair. Not throne style, but it's definitely carved out. And again, it's something very noticeable when things are made out of wood in this city, because wood is so rare that it's very much a symbol of wealth. And sitting in the chair itself, very much just very casually, kind of leaning on one arm, you see a woman wearing a long red dress that comes down to her feet. Why are you looking at me like that? Why are you suspicious of a dress? And it's got little, like, embroidered bits all over it. And it's got the, like, I'm trying to think of a way to describe it. You know the sleeves that are very large? That
Bell
kind of like
sleeves?
hang down? Yeah.
You're talking about
Yeah.
bell sleeves?
Yeah, those. I don't know words.
Hell yeah, Bill Steves.
And you can see that, like, her nails are actually quite long, and they're, like, painted black. And
She's
then
so aesthetic.
she fits the aesthetic to a T, man. And going up, you see she's got black hair that's tied back in a bun at the back of her hair, and she has two of the, what are they, the hair spike things? What the hell are they called? I'm waiting for
They're like-
Lena, but she's not paying attention.
The hair sticks?
Yeah. Are they just hair sticks?
Yeah.
She's got 2 of those in her hair, like crossing in the back. And she looks up at you and smiles. And she is human, but I want everyone to make an insight check for me. You know what? Insight or perception. I will let you choose depending
Did
on
you say
your
what
skills.
color her hair is?
Black.
Black.
14 for insight.
19 for insight.
Okay.
I also got a 19, but my modifier's the same, so
19.
perception, I guess.
Okay. So everyone who got a 17 or higher, which unfortunately is everyone but Raina.
Cool. Hey, I noticed in the other room.
That's fair. She looks up at all of you and she smiles a little, and the 3 of you notice 2 things. One, you notice that her eyes for a human are a little bit redder than they should be. And when she smiles, you see a fang
Oh, this bitch
peek
a
out from
vampire?
her teeth.
Cool.
And she doesn't stand up as you come in. There's also nowhere for you to sit, notably. Like, the only chair in the room is the one that she's in.
Fair enough.
She's so... I see Zephyr has sent us an interesting group this time.
We are happy to make acquaintance, ma'am. Unfortunately, I'm unsure of your official titles other than your name in the organization.
Yes. You may just call me the Dusk Thorn.
Of course. We want to thank you for taking time to speak with us, though short, so I will be to the point. The king would like to meet with you. I am sure you are already aware of this, as you have people stationed everywhere throughout the city. But the king wanted us to formally send the invitation.
So I see the king has finally grown a bit of a backbone. Lovely.
She requests for the meeting to take place in the halls of the castle. No guards will be present,
That is
as far as we've been made aware.
That is a lot of trust to put in me.
There are bigger things that the king wants to accomplish. The king recognizes where power lies.
See, as you say that, she smiles a little bit. Well, I'm glad to hear that. It seems that the king realizes that I'm a little bit stronger than my predecessor.
I'm sorry, I'm unaware of the history of the roses.
Please hold while Zach looks up his notes. Because I am going to completely mess up people's names. Where is my notes? Oh my goodness, I don't think I wrote this character's name down. Even though I
Goodness gracious.
100% should have.
Just come up with one now.
No, because it's a character that I have already named in the game. Like, you guys have heard the name,
Oh no.
but I do not have it written down because I am a scrub. I'm sure Nina has it written down.
Or Maddie.
Someone has it written down. double checking.
What am I looking for?
We're looking for a name.
That's not
Whose
I have
name?
so
Yeah,
many
I
names.
know,
I
I
have
know.
so many names.
She'll give you the backstory of the roses. She'll mention. She'll say that I took power several months ago. From someone who wasn't deserving of the position.
Who is that?
Her name. This is the name I don't remember, because I'm the absolute worst. And I feel like saying it is gonna have not the impact I wanted. But it's the name that you remember Boo giving for his mother.
Oh man.
And I don't remember her name
Yikes.
because I didn't write it down because I am a scrub.
Hold on. Now that I know Boo's mama, I can.
Why do I feel like it was like Miriam or something?
I think it's something like that. Marie?
Marissa.
Mirabelle?
Marsupial?
Marsupial. Mama Marsupial.
Does that make Boo a Joey?
Yes.
Eloise.
Eloise.
Eloise Colley.
Let me write that down.
Way off there. Good lord.
That's Camille's daughter's name.
Nice. But yes, her name was Eloise. She was not a competent leader, and so I opted to overthrow her, and she left the city.
I'm surprised you didn't kill her.
I tried. She wasn't great at doing what needed to be done, but apparently she's very good at saving her own skin.
What needs to be done?
The Roses deserve more control of this city. The king may not like it, but we are the ones who actually run this place. Anything that needs to be done, we get it done. Any money that needs to change hands comes through us first. This city belongs to me.
Why not just simply take over then?
Because then people see us as the bad guys. How much do you know about our organization?
I would say it's hard to find information about your organization.
Good.
What should we know?
Everything we do for a purpose. The world itself is not black and white as many wish it were. There are good people who die in the streets because they have no one to turn to. And there are bad people who wind up controlling entire districts in the city because they were born into a wealthy family. Everyone we've stolen from, everyone we've killed, has deserved it. When my people were sent to kill you, we assumed you were trying to turn us all into the guards. Now that we know that's not the case, you have nothing to fear from us. But this city is corrupt. And if everyone followed the laws, then we all play directly into the king's hand.
So then what is your plan?
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I didn't know if you were finished or not.
No, I was done.
Okay. So then what is the future of the roses?
The future of the roses is to make sure that the people of this city, the ones who deserve to be, are safe, protected. The king, her men, the nobility, they don't deserve to be safe.
Why?
Because they're going to run this city into the ground within a few years. And as
What
soon
makes you say that?
What'd you say?
Go ahead. Yeah.
And as soon as they decide that they can't get more money from the mines, as soon as they decide the adventuring parties aren't worth their weight in gold, the city falls apart.
Can I insight check her?
Sure.
Yeah.
14.
She's hard to read.
All right.
I know you think my organization is full of criminals. You're right. But we're criminals because doing the right thing is sometimes going against the law.
Could I ask a question?
By all means.
You say your target is the nobles and the corruption, which a valiant cause is to prevent these small people from being hurt. I did wonder if you knew anything about the break-ins and the murders of some of the merchants. Whether or not that was you. Just a question. Obviously, you do not have to answer. Just curious.
She, leans back a little bit. I have nothing to hide. Those were the members of my organization, yes. Some more nuanced than others. The jeweler whose stock we stole, where do you think she gets it from?
From the mines. That makes sense.
Does she? The prices seem to be pretty low for what the items are they not?
Yeah.
It's odd that many of her necklaces and rings belonged to people who may have already passed and have somehow come back into circulation.
Oh. Do you think she's robbing graves and crypts?
Pretty sure.
Thank you for answering my question. I appreciate the honesty.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Time, a date that we can give back to the king. Though I'm sure you have your ways of getting that information to her.
I certainly do. But in this case, that way of getting the information is you.
And what should we tell the king?
Tell her I will meet with her a week from today.
When should she be expecting you?
Let's make it dramatic, shall we? Let's say midnight. I'd rather
Is it
not.
like 11:59 on that day? Midnight, like the next day.
It's a great question.
She intends for there to be no bloodshed.
A noble goal. I'll believe it when I see it, but she'll get none from me as long as she does not start things.
Understood. I'm assuming you have means to get into the castle.
I do.
I'm sure we can also provide more straightforward means, if that would be preferable.
Perhaps as a show of good faith. I'll take an escort.
Wonderful. We can meet you here next week if you would like us to escort you.
Sure. Let's do that then. I thank you, though.
I mean, the castle isn't super far from here, right?
No, you could get there maybe an hour's walk. Like, the city itself is huge, but in terms of the city...
Maybe let's not make this person walk the streets. Maybe get something a little nicer. Mayhaps.
Mayhaps. But she nods her head a little. I appreciate all of the understanding.
We appreciate the honesty and the willingness.
Of course. She notices the blood on a couple of you. Favyon, Ori, do you need to be patched up before you leave?
I am feeling much better than I was just an hour ago. But thank you.
I'm fine. Appreciate it.
All right. Well, at this point, it's like pretty late in the night as well.
Yep.
So she'll just enjoy your evening.
Thank you, ma'am. I'll do a bow because I don't know.
Fair.
Like a surly bow, and then I will head out.
Okay.
Eurydice will curtsy before she leaves.
Okay.
Kind of a little little thing like that.
Yeah, probably just dead.
You see, she doesn't bow, but she'll just like wave as you leave.
It's really pop. I love her.
As soon as the door closes, Eurydice goes, I don't know about you guys, but I am loving what she is selling.
The aesthetic is nice. It's, goes well together, mysterious and spooky.
Lena sees
Reminded me
Maybe we'll
hot
just, like,
female criminal and
Visibly
is like, oh man.
decompressed.
No, listen, Eurydice, that's like, she agrees with her wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Eurydice has been a noble.
Yeah. It's almost
So
like...
Raina pats Favyon on the shoulder a little bit.
Eurydice is well aware that her parents deserve to die.
Ew.
And on that note,
Anyway, you did a good job.
Yeah.
long walk home.
Let's just walk.
As you go to leave the bloom, you see Zephyr kind of like step out of his door. So I see that you made it out alive. I assume that means that you have good reason to come and go as you please.
I believe so. we'll be back in at least a week's time.
Very good. He's gonna hold out his hand, and in it are 4 little like tokens. They look like almost like quarter-sized little coins, but they have a rose that's like etched into it. These are for passage. They'll get you through the gate as long as you know the words, which I'm assuming, coming in earlier, that you do.
So we know.
But don't lose them.
Raina puts hers in her bag of holding quickly.
Okay. Well, have a good night. And he'll specifically nod to Ori as well. It's nice to see another Genasi in the city.
Just a thumbs up. Just like,
Just a thumbs up.
yeah, like totally like thrown off by the acknowledgement, but yeah, cool.
Right. Well, have a good night. And he'll step back into his office.
Oh, that doesn't talk with at all.
That's what y'all want to do.
I guess we walk home, right?
Yeah.
Keep on trucking.
Back to the sloppy sow.
Should we tell Boo information we found out about his mom?
Let's maybe pause on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We can at least say we think she's out of the city.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. I feel like that would be it, but let's tell him in the morning.
I mean, yeah, I didn't figure we'd wake him up.
You ever
Yeah,
just wake up a
I don't-
child to let them know that their mother is a criminal kingpin?
Was
Well, I feel like we leave that out. Like, explicitly leave that out.
was a criminal kingpin. I'd just like to state.
Correct, she was ousted.
He doesn't need to know that part.
No. I think the less he knows about that, and the less the Roses know about who Boo is, I think the better.
I would agree with that.
I wonder if we should have asked about the like thieves' cant on the like missing people notices. Whether or not that was them and what that means.
I'm going to assume that was them.
Yeah, I'm curious about why exactly, like how that fits into their plans. But I mean,
Well, they want to kill Boo's mom.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
they want to kill her.
So presumably all of those missing people, the thieves' cant is saying that those have bounties on them from the Dusk
Yeah.
Roses.
okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, Julie making sense.
And I suppose it makes sense why there's not a lot of information because they want the person to like. Yeah. Okay.
Well, congratulations. You've met the leaders of most of the factions in the city.
Huzzah.
And we did it without violence.
It's true.
Minimal violence, yeah.
Minimal
Well,
violence.
without murder.
Correct.
Minimal
And to be
violence.
fair, we did not start the violence.
We didn't start the violence.
Alright. So I know that we're looking for a shorter session today. Did we want to kind of wrap it up there before starting the next activity? Since it's been almost
That's
2
fine.
hours.
Could we just say we did a long rest, though?
Yeah, you can make it back to the inn. Yeah, do you want to take your long rest?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
That'd be nice.
You can take a long rest.
I'm gonna go back to being my other thing.
The Guardian.
Did we level up?
Did you level up? No.
Dang.
I know, level 5's the big one.
I know, I can't wait.
I was gonna say we have to go through 5 sessions. Is level 4, right?
You're almost there. I think this is session 8.
I don't know. Don't ask me that.
Something like that.
I can't wait for level 5.
I think 3 of you get extra attacks at level 5.
Yeah.
I think everybody but Eurydice gets an extra attack.
Yeah. I don't ever get extra attacks.
A lot of a lot of the cantrips increase in power
That's
at
right.
level 5.
Oh, Ori won't. Ori won't get an extra attack because Ori multiclassed.
I
Just
get
doesn't-
no. If I take another level in fighter, I get action surge.
Yeah, but that's not an extra attack.
It's an extra action.
Yeah.
That's an
Once.
extra attack.
Once.
Yeah, it's not the same, but yeah.
But yeah. Is there anything anyone wants to do either getting back to the inn or in the morning? Like, do you guys want to talk about the plans in character?
So what do we want to do for the next week?
Well, we have the ash fields.
This is a big problem.
That's
We could perhaps do more investigation, perhaps see how far the tunnels go, whether or not, well, not go into the tunnels, but perhaps see if we can figure out if they've gotten closer.
Yeah.
Could check to see how Boo is doing on his training.
Yeah.
It's been like a day.
Oh, okay. Well, I meant like throughout the week,
Oh,
you know.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't mean like be like, how much have you learned, kid?
He's like, I learned which end of the sword is the pointy one.
We should go to the library and see who is like the head librarian and see if they know anything and can do better research than we can.
Into what specifically?
Favyon has chatted up those librarians, so they should be more than happy to talk to us.
The ash fields.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm curious how our friends that we met in the Ashfields, if they are still the same or if they have befallen the fate that we have noticed some of the other creatures have befallen.
Yeah.
I do not think it is wise to venture lightly.
Yeah.
But it's nice to know that so far we will not be randomly getting stabbed by assassins in the middle of the night.
At least from the Dusk Roses.
So, I mean, they think they were more of a worry than, you know, some random.
As long as no other kobolds come up out of everything.
Why are you anti-kobold?
I'm not anti-kobold. I'm anti getting my stuff taken.
He's reformed. He's good now.
He's reformed.
Hey, remember when I suggested that it might be a kobold and you guys accused me of being racist? And then it was a kobold?
Oh,
I don't remember that at all.
to be fair, having just because your prejudice was reaffirmed does not mean
It wasn't a prejudice! I just knew it was a small person!
As someone who is a friend with many small people, that's all racist.
Raina,
Friend of small
everyone
people.
is small compared to you.
So I mean, like, I grew up with gnomes. Not grew up.
Like how Raina just pulled out the I can't be prejudiced, I have small friends card.
No, I said, as someone who has lived with small people, I can see the other prejudice. Yeah, also, I cannot.
Widowy, I can't be prejudiced.
Widowy, I cannot.
Jesus. Okay. Y'all ready for your long rest?
Y'all ready for this? Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Please
So,
give me my spell slots.
all right. So everybody takes a long rest. In the middle of the night, though,
Oh, son of a...
Wild.
can have everyone please roll a perception check. Everyone at disadvantage except for Raina, because Raina powered down.
Hallelujah, almost
Bruh.
go away.
Watch the laptop. Damn.
It fell out of my hand.
The perception you said?
Yeah.
14.
At disadvantage?
Yeah.
I'm meditating. Does that still mean
Yeah.
disadvantage? 9.
Okay. What'd everybody get? 10, 9,
I got 11.
11. Raina?
14.
14.
14.
So, the middle of the night, as everybody is sleeping, Raina, you hear a very soft conversation coming from outside your window, out in the streets.
Okay.
But it's very hushed whispers. It seems like they're trying to be quiet.
I feel like I quietly edge closer to my window. Like, out of sight, but, like, definitely closer.
Like a Kronk from the Emperor's New Groove, like up against
Yeah.
the wall.
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to
I'm
make
technically...
you want to make another perception check to try to hear specifically what they're saying?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
Ooh, that would be 19.
19. You do hear a bit of the conversation. And for the sake of me not just like talking to myself for a conversation, what you hear is two people, one of them essentially saying that the money is going to be given to you in the next few days. Just keep your men out of the streets.
Have I heard these voices before?
They don't sound familiar.
So, okay, keep your men out of the street. The money will be delivered. Okay. Did they say any date or time?
No.
Can I do a little peek?
A little peekaboo.
Oh.
Yeah, you can peek out. You see, it's very dark, because it's like 3 a.m. at this point. But you can look out and you can see two figures out in the street. One of them dressed in just like a cloak, kind of like hood pulled up. The other figure, very noticeably, is wearing guard armor.
Okay.
But it is not a guard that you recognize.
Oops. Gotcha. All right. I'm not.
Raina
feel like
jumps
I'll
out
just-
the window.
Fun fact: I actually don't have disadvantage right now on my my stealth because I'm still infiltrator.
That's true.
So I'm just regular.
Oh.
Hey, that's for me. That's a big deal. I feel like Raina will sit back, kind of like on. Like I feel like she'll power down, but in view of the window.
Okay.
Like she can see out, but like not to the point where someone would be able to easily see her. 'Cause I don't feel like this is something I need to wake up my party for, just because I don't know what's going on. Plus, I think we all need to sleep and heal a little bit, but I'll tell them in the morning.
Okay.
So I'm assuming this is something we can look at during the week.
Maybe. Who's to say? Okay. And then with that, I guess everybody gets a long rest. Congratulations. You can heal, recover any spell slots, just vibing.
Straight
Yeah.
vibes.
Yeah.
What's the plan for the new day?
I'll tell the group what I saw and heard last night. Just be like, it was a very interesting conversation. Yeah, I tell them there was two men outside. One was a guard, and the other said that the money will be delivered, but that the guards must stay out of the street. So perhaps these are more of these shady dealings that our friend talking about yesterday.
Sure.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with y'all. That is all I had planned for today. I I don't have a plan for the next step. So maybe we can talk a little bit about what we want to do next time, so that way I've got the ability to plan for it. But otherwise, we can start to wrap things up. Shorter session.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah.
We have ash fields to take care of.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We have a little bit of boo stuff to take care of.
Mm-hmm.
We have to report back to the king.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the first thing we should do.
And then we have to set up an escort for Miss Vampire.
Miss Vampire.
We should need to rent a carriage, don't we?
We can probably get a carriage from the king.
That's
Yeah.
accurate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could look into this, but like, it's not super high priority, but at least we can kind of be aware that something shady seems to be going down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do we feel like the men that they're talking about are the Dusk Roses, or do we think that it's the guard?
I think it's the guards. My take, because it was the hooded figure, right? That was, yeah.
Yeah.
So my take is there's something obviously illegal going on. The guards are getting paid off because it says the money will be delivered. Keep your men out of the street. So someone's doing something shady and paying off the guards.